My sister has type 2 diabetes. She doesn't have the health insurance or the medical care I have. Oftentimes, people say diabetes isn't bad, but they are wrong.
Hi, my name is Janine Mayvilla and I'm here to tell you something that you need to know. Take connection before it's too late to do so. I was drinking my cup of coffee when I saw a book on the table and I read it. It's all about diabetes type 2. And it was my mom's penmanship, so I concluded that hers. Written in that notebook is, what if I can inherit her disease? So I get shocked, of course. Diabetes is not a joke. I saw my mom suffer from it. So I can't just stay there and watch diabetes ruin my life. I did my research about this.
There are two main types of diabetes, type 1 and type 2. They're different conditions but they're both serious. There are some other rare type of diabetes too. What all types of diabetes have in common is that they can cause people to have too much glucose. It's what gives us energy. We get glucose when our bodies break down the carbohydrates we eat or drink, and that glucose released into our blood. We also need a hormone called insulin. It is made by our pancreas, and it's insulin that allows our glucose in our blood to enter our cells and fuels our bodies. When you get type 1 diabetes, you can't make any insulin at all. If you get type 2 diabetes, is a big difference. The insulin either can work effectively or you can't produce enough of it. Glucose can get into your cells. It begins to build up in your blood, and too much glucose in your blood causes a lot of different problems. It leads to diabetes symptoms like having to eat a lot, being incredibly thirsty, and feeling very tired. You may also lose weight, getting infections like thrush, or suffer from slow healing wounds over a long period of time. High glucose levels in your blood can seriously damage your heart, eyes, feet, and your kidneys. These are known complications of diabetes, but with the right treatment and care, people can live a healthy life.
Recent data suggests that you may be at risk for developing type 2 diabetes. So can you catch a bout of diabetes from your parents? Obesity and type 2 diabetes have a strong inherited component that means your risk of getting these conditions are very much linked into your genes that you've inherited from your parents. About 90% of people with diabetes have type 2 diabetes. Not one gene gets involved, but there are at least 100 different genes involved, and defects in each of these genes add a little bit more risk. You must look at your family and you will know the characteristics of your family, probably, and you will intuitively know whether you've got a different diseases in your family. Also, you'll know that from experience, and if you have the most of these disease risk run in your family, you will have a greater risk. Some people are just very lucky with their genetics and are very low risk of diabetes.
It's scary. Maybe I already inherited the disease. The fix and how to reverse the diabetes type 2.
Type 2 diabetes is a really common problem these days. And actually, there's 4 key areas that you can address if you want to get rid of this condition. Area 1 is your diet. Main thing to understand when you diet is that you do not tolerate refined carbs very well, so cut them out. Second thing to address is exercise. No, exercise doesn't need to be complicated. You can do it at home. Another area to address is relaxation, your ability to distress. I watched a story of a doctor who actually got pre-diabetes from being too stressed. And when she addressed her stress levels, she got rid of her condition. The final area is sleep quality. If you don't sleep well, you make poor dietary choices the next day. So prioritizing your sleep and trying to get 7 or 8 hours every night is really important.
I got curious about this diabetes type 2, so I did my research and I found out that I already got the disease. And of course, I followed the tips on how to reverse this diabetes. I did my proper diet, my exercise, staying away from stress, taking care of myself every time. To tell you, it just really takes time and perseverance to achieve this. To achieve a normal life again. It's not easy at first, but when you have a trust to yourself, you can do it. Just trust the process.
My name is Diane Cross. I was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes in July 2016. I wanted to learn more about diabetes and how to manage it, so I took the diabetes self-management classes to get control of my diabetes. I learned about the program where I work for the health department, and my mom, who is also a diabetic, went and encouraged me to go to these classes. I learned a lot from the program. The most important thing was how to counter carbs and how much carbs I am allowed to each day to maintain my glucose levels. I also learned that I can eat whatever I want. I just have to learn to substitute carbs in a meal to have that piece of cake every once in a while. If you have been diagnosed with diabetes, you need to take a diabetes self-management class to understand what diabetes is and what it can do to your body and how important it is to manage your diabetes. When I was diagnosed with diabetes, I got depressed by going to these classes made me realize it isn't the end of the world just because you have a chronic illness. You need to eat the right amount of foods, exercise, and manage your diabetes because once your body starts showing symptoms of problems from diabetes, it is too late to change. And it is why it very important to take care of yourself from the beginning to live a long, healthy life.
Now that I've conquered it, it's now your turn. Don't give up. Just take care of yourself and always follow the healthy tips. If you're curious, do some research back on reliable sources.
This is B4 PERSEUS 2 presenting diabetes mellitus type 2. If you're having this kind of disease, it's not too late for you. Stand up and fight for it. Diabetes is not fun at all. Save yourself and your future generation. You got this. Save yourself first and others will follow.